Welcome to the Seabin Podcast, a show where artists and musicians with an axe to grind throw things deep into the abyss of the Seabin. Transphobia, racism, ableism, anti-Semitism, sexism, and homophobia, it all gets dumped on the trash! How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the motherfucking Seabin Podcast. It's me, everyone's favourite big, voluptuous, delicious daddy, the Right Reverend of the Pentecostal Church of the Seabin. It's Big Tasty, and I'm here with a man who we've been like talking about this, about getting you back on again. It's your third time on, so you're like a esteemed royalty. But we've been talking about having you back on for a while, but we're such busy bastards that we just keep like fucking
punk ships in the night, aren't we?
Yes, the one. Punk ships in the night.
Ships in the night.
Punk rock cruise in the night. But if you can't already hear by his dulcet tones, I've got Jimbob from Pizzatramp on the line. How's it going, brother?
Yo. Yeah, it's going good. It just took me like 20 minutes to set this up, didn't it, Simon? Because it turns out
I do feel incredibly guilty.
It's not your fault. It's all me. I just can't deal with technology anymore. Right? I just can't believe how hard it is to just make video messenger work on Apple products. Has anyone ever thrown Apple products in the bin?
No.
Should go. I'll save that one for next time. They should go, shouldn't they, really?
They should. When I started recording the Seabin originally, all I had was an iPad. I didn't have a computer.
Yeah, I remember when you did it. Yeah, you
phone.
just did it on an iPad, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and that iPad is now... for some reason, like overnight, it just decided that it was never going to hold charge ever again. So unless I have it constantly plugged in, it won't turn on.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, shite. My iMac, I got it through work. I can never afford to buy these things new. But it's like some salary sacrifice thing. The only thing I ever done on it was record a couple of Pizzatramp things. It cost like $1,500. They did an update when they update their operating system. Fucked. Never worked again. I'm like, hang on, what? Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, it costs like $1,500. I've got laptops that are like 20 years old that still work, like Windows ones, and Apple just like, nah, buy a new one. Like, you take the fucking piss, like.
It's the ghost of Steve Jobs laughing at you, mate.
Yeah, absolute fucking scum. Absolute scum.
I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead. Fuck him. But I won't rant against them. I'll write that in my notebook for the next Seabin.
Yeah. So since the last time you've been on, you got a new album out. Well, I say new out. It's been out for months now.
Yeah, a couple of months now. Yeah, it's good when that is.
Yeah. Last Supper. Is it? So is this it then? Is this you flying off into the sunset?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think we might record this year though. I don't know. Yeah, I think we've done that album and then because we're going to break up in like April. And I was like, oh, hang on. Like, because I changed job and I'm not quite as tired. I was like, hang on, you can do one more full year actually. So I've already changed my mind. So we might.
You're already fucking Pete Monkey in it straight up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I already feel because I ripped the fuck out of Pete for all his pretend breaking up, and then I'm like, oh, we're gonna stay. And like loads of promoters messaging me at the end of last year, going, we'll get you back. And I'm like, no, we're finishing. And then advertising gigs and texting me back going, I've just seen you playing a gig in July. You told me you're breaking out. I was like, well, I have changed my mind. What dates have you got available? Yeah, I've fucked it already.
Unbelievable.
Brother, to be honest. Yeah, I know. We're scum.
You're like you're the Ric Flair of wrestling.
Yeah. Hang on, you just got taken down for being like a sex pest or something.
I mean, yeah, but I will ignore that bit.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We'll go with the rest of it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this is it. This is the final year, I think.
See, I like whatever you record. I'm going to throw this out here now. I think I said it to you before. I feel personally insulted that on your list of albums that were puns of other fast punk band names,
that we haven't did Fast Decision yet. That we haven't did Fast Decision with you all in a row in like good staffing. Yeah. Oh, we can do that. Oh, there we go. That's sorted. Because we were going to do Saint Banger. And the cover was going to be like exactly like the cover of Saint Anger with that fist, but it was going to be a ginger testicle. But we will. But instead of that, then we'll do Fast Decision. I quite like that. Like Screwdriver went fash after one album. We're doing it in our final year. Fash Decision. Yeah. All right. All right, we can do that. No problem. Sorry, I never thought it was you were on the line. You and Casual. Well, loads of bands were on the line. It was just like, oh, hang on, none of these are working very well. But no, I'm sure we can get a couple for you. I think we tried to do. Oh, because originally that was it. Because we did Revenge of the Banatronic Dam. It was going to be Samuel Nausea, but it wasn't close enough. And then we just gave up, I think. And then, Grand Relapse just to piss off Calvin. And then, all right, we'll do Win About You. Yeah, it's not a problem. We'll just have to go for another 3 years.
No pressure. I sound like a right little fucking bitch now. Just like, no, you didn't include us in your little game.
yeah, friends. Punk friends. Yeah, that's right. I'll sort it out for you, bro. I'll sort it out for you.
Satan Banger does sound very funny. Though instead of it being a testicle, I feel like it should be like a penis, like a banger, like a sausage banger.
I'll send. Well, actually, I said I'll send. Like, you've just watched me delete loads of demos off my Mac so I can record this audio. One of the songs we didn't release, was about, what was it called? It was called Guantanamo's Greatest Hits, and it was because I read or listened to this thing they were on about when they were torturing people in Guantanamo Bay. They used to play Metallica songs, and it got me really angry. I was like, hang on, I get. Like, they're going like heavy metal like Metallica. You'd play them like Napalm Death or something, when you Metallica. It would be annoying after a while because it's so like, I know you're a Metallica fan, but it's like so middle of the road. But then that song was about that. Why are you playing them that? Ben Hanna mixed it, and he's going, listen to the song, because at the end there's a mega breakdown, and it's me listing Metallica albums and giving it the rating. And when I go Saint Anger, Ben Hanna's taken out one of Dan's snare drums, and it goes bink, and it goes, and I play it to Dan, and I was like, Dan, listen to this song, tell me what it is, and he straight away goes, there's a Saint Anger snare drum on that, isn't there? It's fucking amazing. Oh, this tear come. Oh my god, thank you. Is that my vape? Yeah. Is it working? I hope so.
Hello.
I've had a very stressful time. I'm all right now. Thank you. Goodbye. Love you. I have my tea delivery.
So you got your vape on. You got the popcorn lung. I've got the butter lung. Mix it together. We got
these
a nice American snack.
I was thinking about these. He's going in there next time as well because they fucking make me up. These are worse than fags. I think these things.
Well, Steve. What band's he in now? Harrowed. He was in a Tester and all them bands.
Oh yeah.
He threw vapes in.
Did he? Oh, they've gone in. God, I need to catch up. Do you know what, Simon? I am sorry. I haven't listened to the C-Bin for a while because I changed jobs. I don't listen to like podcasts and music all day anymore because I don't leave my house, and I'm so behind on the pod. Like, I do need to catch up.
You're behind on the pod. I'm behind on the pod. This is the first one I've recorded this year.
Oh, is it really? Oh, yeah. January's right off for everything, though, brother. And you can't.
I've been an utter cunt about it.
What's that?
I've just been an utter cunt with it. I've just been like working and writing and touring, and I'm like, I'll go home and I'll be like, oh, I should probably like record an episode of that show that everyone like
it's too much.
Enjoys and pays money for on Patreon.
Yeah, you don't need to put all the pressure on yourself, do you? I was doing that when I was doing that silly album review thing, and I was determined because Evan said I wouldn't get to the end of the year, that I would, and then about 280 days in, my head was going to explode. And Tia's like, why are you even doing it then? Like, I was like, this is a good point. Why am I doing it? It's absolutely pointless.
Yeah.
If it's stressing me out doing it, like, what am I doing? Yeah.
It's like in the first lockdown, I did a cover a day every day.
They were great. They were. I remember.
In my pants. And then after a certain time, I was like, I really don't want to fucking learn and like figure out a song today. And then I like felt this pressure on myself because I'd like done so many in a row.
That's life. That is though, isn't it? Because that's what life. That's what we've all been programmed into being like, isn't it? Having this constant pressure and like, oh my god, I've got to do this. No, you fucking don't. Who told you that? Like, life can go in the C-Bin as well, can't it? Or the late capitalist dream life, like.
Yeah, and heartburn. I've got fucking.
Oh, did you get that too?
Got no Rennies, but I've got an heartburn like you wouldn't believe.
Oh dear. When you've got nothing in the house, garlic's good for it, isn't it? A little bit of garlic.
Is it?
I think so.
I feel like if I ate garlic, I'd just be sitting there going. Just fucking not having it. Speaking of things that should go going in the C-Bin, such as fucking all this business and heartburn. Should we bang some business?
Bang some business. Let's bang some business in the bin.
Right, what's the first thing you got for me, sunshine?
No, I sent them to you. Didn't I? I've forgotten already. Hold on. Oh, I'm recording on this phone.
I've got a hearty list.
Shit, have you got a hearty list? My recorder won't stop, will it, while I'm on the phone to you? No. Have you got the list?
I got the list. So, I've got band vans. We go for band vans.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what, actually? Because I was like, we'll save that because I give you too many. This was the one. This was the weak one because I didn't... When I told you it, in my head, this was perfect. But I think I've got my economics round the wrong way because I was thinking, yeah... Like, all band vans fucked, yeah, all shit. You fucking know. You fucking scrapped one and sold, like, give it to people on the internet, didn't you, if I remember right?
That's true.
Like, they all fucked, didn't they? And this new one we've got, we paid, like, whatever it was, $2,500. It's been going all right. Fucking power steering went the other night, and you're like, fucking out. And you're counting all the money you've made, which is for re-getting merch in the band room. So, this is all going in it on a new power steering, whatever's wrong with this thing now. So, in my head, the idea was... If we throw all band vans in the sea bin, because everyone's got a shitty van or vehicle or car, whatever, in my head, when I thought it would make newer vehicles cheaper. So by eliminating shitty vans, it would give us more chance. But it doesn't work like that, does it? Economics. It'd be more demand on good vans, and
more
the vans
expensive.
Yeah. So I fucked up really. So, and this time I was determined you was going to throw four things in the bin. But I think that if that goes in, I don't know what I'm being hoisted by my own petard there, aren't I? Really? Because I've got my economics. Do you want to
continue on with band vans?
What's that?
Do you want to continue on with band vans, or do you want to leave it in the?
Maybe.
In the past?
What can we scratch it? It's not too late to scratch it, is it?
No, we'll scratch it. Go on.
Well, I fucked it, so I don't know why I said that one.
To be fair, band vans are shit.
They are shit. Yeah, but we don't want them in the sea. But but I realised that what would happen is I'd make it worse for everyone. Like, and the thing is, I live like literally. We can't see out that window because it's dark. But the Seven Bridges by there, yeah. You stayed at. Oh no, you didn't stay at my house. FMS Escalata did. But like the Seven Bridges by there, and the Seven Bridge becoming free. Fuck this country because everyone who lives here is from Bristol now, and everything's more expensive here, right? I'm not nothing against the foreigners coming in from England, but because they're all rich from Bristol, they've made it really expensive living here, and they annoy me. I don't want to be responsible for DIY bands the world over. They'd all hate me. Like at the end of Pizzatramp, if I suddenly made everyone have to drive around in a 2-year-old Mercedes Sprinter, like, we'd all be fucked, wouldn't we? So I don't know why I even brought it up, really.
Well, we can, just talk about how they're fucking bullshit, and if we throw them in the bin, then maybe it'll just fix all of the horrible faults that all of our vans have.
All right, actually, it's a good point, isn't it? If, like, we massaged it into a better phrase, or well, I suppose what you could do is you could throw all unscrupulous car salesmen who sell dodgy vehicles that they know are dodgy into the sea bin because they're fucking disgrace as well. The one we got now, right, is a Toyota Previa. So it's not really a van, it's like a massive people carrier thing, but it's wicked, like, so it's really good. But we found one that was cheaper than it in Bristol, and we bought it 3 days before we were going to Europe in November. Test drove it, and it was all right. But what we didn't know was we test driving it around the streets of Bristol where we bought it at low speeds. It's as soon as you go to a high speed, it starts going... And we were driving, literally, we picked it up, bought it, and drove to Huddersfield in it, traded in our old one, drove to Huddersfield, and you couldn't speak to each other. It was that loud yet. It felt it was going to blow up.
Oh, my God.
Get back, and we were like, we're fucked here. And luckily, the bloke, I think what he knew, I was like, Dan, ring him up. We've been fucking ripped off. And Dan rung him up, kicked right off, and somehow agreed to have the van back. And as I drove it onto the forecourt, ready for a massive row with him, he's like, oh, what's wrong with it then, mate? It's like, as if you don't know what's wrong with it. Like, it is fucked, and you've just sold us that, like. So then we found another one the day before we went on tour in Birmingham. Dan had to go and pick it up with our mate Matt. Oh, fucking nightmare. But it's every time in it, every vehicle you get, within a week you realise how many things are wrong with it and how fucking stupid it is for a vehicle you're going to be driving 500 miles plus every weekend for the next fucking 5 years. Like.
Yeah, mate, I wish Dave was here to jump on this call, because I swear every month it's in the garage with something going on. At the minute, it's got an electrical fault, that it keeps thinking that the doors are open. So we'll be driving, and then all of a sudden, all the lights will come on, and then they'll come off, and then they'll come on, and his steering wheel lights will flicker because it thinks that we've just cracked open the side door down the middle of the motorway.
And how, right? Isn't that weird that would never happen to a normal vehicle, or even the same van to a normal like a tradie or whatever? It would only happen to vans. How do these things? I remember we had this one. We were playing with Random Man when they first got back together. And I was the last one at the van yet. I had the key. Everyone else it was like the salty dog in Northwich. Everyone's gone in the venue. I shut the back door and I lock it. And I hear the lock go dunk. I'm like, that hasn't locked. Open it. I'm like, great. Fucking van won't lock. Walk in, tell Sam and Dan. They're like, fuck off. I was like, it ain't. No door will lock. The only door that lock is the driver's door. So it's pointless. So then the next day we have to use all the money we've got to go to Screwfix to buy a drill. But we don't have like a power supply, so it runs out. We got one screw in the back. We drilled a hole in the back to put a lock on. Got one screw in with a lock. But then when we got back, we got this fixed. 2 weeks later in Liverpool, our mate goes out to make a spliff in a van. He comes back and goes, I can't get in the van. I was like, what do you mean you can't get in the van? All the doors are now locked and won't unlock except the driver's door. But all our gear is in a venue in Liverpool. And in the front, the seats are mega high, aren't they? So we literally had to abandon our cabs. Tony Vermin from like Dead Class and Pete Bentham had to take them home. We had to get all our merch at the merch box and just ditch it. Guitars out the cases, slid them through the gap, and that was it. And then I had to go over the top, obviously, because I was so skinny. I'm like, how has this fucking happened? Like, how is the complete opposite of what happened 2 weeks ago happen? And how can so many mental things happen to band vans? You'd think they'd be in good condition because all you're doing, me saying about the driving, but it's not like little in and out road driving, is it? It's a massive long drive up a motorway and back. You think that they would like be able to do this? That's what they're made for, surely. Like, so, it does
feel like it only happens. It only happens to bands. Yeah. And maybe it is because we're just fucking ragging the shit out of them.
It is true,
up and down the fucking like. Everyone else is just pottering down a Tesco or like driving it to IKEA or something. Ain't got a problem, but we're fucking belting it, and like not even that, but we're like sitting in it, farting in it, eating Costco hot dogs, and like
that's true,
it's all going wrong.
That's true. They do get a bit of a hammering. Ours is constantly covered in beer and all. Yeah, you are right, I suppose. Banging them up on curbs in front of venues, and I suppose having quite a lot of weight in the back of them when you're chucking backline in them and all in it. That maybe they're not quite they're vans, but you are shitty vans, man. Does my fucking head in.
The back seat in the Rash van has got a perfectly carved out ass groove where it's like really uncomfortable. Where my fucking my absolute clapper of an asshole is just buried into the foam and just like scooped it out.
Is that your specific spot then? Oh, you don't drive, do you?
No, I'm always there because I sleep. Like,
yeah, I love that. I wish I had a specific spot. Like,
yeah, but fuck me, man. But it's like it's comfortable because it fits my ass just right. But it's uncomfortable because there's no padding left.
Yeah, you've got down to the springs.
but now if I put something soft on it, the groove affects what's on top of it, and it feels like I'm sitting on like a weird lumpy beanbag. I just got to groove it.
Fucking great. I'm jealous now.
Tactical bike seat.
I'm jealous. Do you know, I'm like unselling the idea to myself because I'm like, oh yeah, they do it your head in, but they're like a naughty dog or a naughty kid, aren't they? It's like, but imagine just having a working vehicle. Yeah.
when the Burgundy Rash Transit bit the dust, the one that got carved into bits, there was definitely some tears shed on that one because we'd like proper lived in that guy.
I know you do get a bit attached. I know we've had a couple I was quite attached to, like the last couple I don't give a shit about though, so I'm alright. I'm not like hurt, I've been hurt that many times now, but they're just machines to me. Like, they don't get a name. I haven't even pissed in the new one we've got. Lewis has. I haven't even got piss in it or nothing. I even throw cigarette butts out the window. I don't just throw them on the floor. It's just not. It's not right, that van. It's not fucking right. Especially not right now. There's Power Stevens already stopped working in it. It's got loads of shit wrong with it already, basically, and it's made me really cross because we have no money.
Yeah, there's not been too much piss in the new Rash van, luckily, because the Transit was piss central. Not only like when we played in fucking Tea Chances in Tottenham and we like crashed in the venue, And then the next day we went to the van and someone had broken into the van and fallen asleep on the back seat and pissed himself.
We played with you there that night, didn't we? I remember you getting it. Yeah.
But not only that, but I remember one time we did a tour with a band who should not be named because I just hate him.
I don't worry, I already know what you're talking about.
yeah. But he was in the back of the van and I think he drank like 100 beers on that drive and took about 1,000 pisses and just kept handing me beer bottles full of piss, and I was just dumping it out the window because I couldn't.
No, that's no one's responsibility
I couldn't
except the
ditch
pissy, is it? No. You shouldn't have to get involved in that.
But he was just like, well, we haven't got enough bottles, so you got to dump it out because I need a piss again. I was like, maybe don't drink 100 beers on a 14-hour drive, you absolute bellend.
You need a system there. I used to have like 2-pint glasses I did in the back of the van, and as one's going out the window, you got the other one, so then you could switch, and I could get all the way home wherever we went, and then it's turned into the jerry can. It was like, one day, and that jerry can, that van is still in a garage in Caldecott, and I'm like, I am never moving that because it's been there now since just after lockdown ended, because that's when it broke, the first gig back after lockdown. It's been there since then, and it's got a fucking jerry can full of piss in the back, and I cannot go near that. They can do what they want with that fucking thing, and it's in Sam's name, so they can definitely do what they want with it. Yeah, fucking gross.
I mean, band vans, as much as we love them, their inability to stay functioning has definitely got to be in the season.
Yeah, yes! Yeah, I regretted it straight away. Let me listen.
There it is.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
I feel sort of guilty for what I might have done to DIY culture now. It might be more damaging than the Conservatives, but you never know. But it might, eventually it'll improve. Because someone will have to come along.
It'll level out.
Yeah, some cheeky little capitalist will go, there's a gap in the market for just a bit more reliable band vans with Dacia. They'd make a good band van, I reckon. They get all the bullshit out. They don't want any other shit in it. They run forever, they do. A nice cheap Dacia. A Dacia Big Tasty. That would be a van I'd drive that with. That would be great. And it would have your face smiling on the front like a Thomas the Tank Engine, but with you on the front.
Oh my god,
the
that's
Dacia
nightmare
Tasty.
fuel.
Oh yeah, I'd have the Dacia Tasty, like.
Yeah. Your dad's a train driver. Would he drive a train with my face on the front of it?
I would drive a train with... I might mod it. I was watching, like the game Skyrim. Like, I don't even play with the mods. It's this amazing mod. Like at the start, like you start the game and you're about to get executed and the dragon comes. And there's a good one where they've modded Macho Man's face on it. And all you hear, when the dragon roars, you hear... Oh yeah, and everyone starts panicking, yeah. And then every time he comes over, he's getting them. But then there's one, and all you hear is deet, deet, and everyone's going mental and panicking and looking at the sky. And all of a sudden, Thomas the Tank Engine comes flying over the top and starts torching the town. I've watched it. I haven't even put the mod on, but I've watched it about 100 times, man. It has me in fucking bits. Like, it's so good.
Oh man,
these people.
That would probably be scarier than a dragon. I think if I was face to face with a winged beast of mythology or a flying train with a face, I think I know which one I'd rather fight.
I know. You know where you are with a dragon, and a dragon's been slain before in battle. At least you know they're killable. No one's killed a flying Thomas the Tank Engine, have they?
Yeah. Thomas is like a juggernaut.
Yeah,
He's just
might work out modding just to mod you as a Thomas the Tank Engine train into Skyrim. That would be amazing. The Big Tasty, and as you're coming over,
with Photoshop.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, I reckon I can do it. I'm gonna try and do it. And have like the Seabin theme tune playing as everyone starts panicking and you torch the villagers like.
It's just me talking about transphobia and racism and ableism and homophobia.
Yeah. Get them in a fucking burn! Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my god.
Fucking great.
That's one in. We got one in. We got a nice juicy Mars bar.
Yeah,
vegan Mars bar, of course.
I want the full 4. I do. You don't have to give me the full 4, but I don't think I've ever had it. I think I've only ever had 2 or 3.
Nah. Well, I'm not gonna.
No, I know.
If I give
I
it
know
to
you won't
it's
be
not
swayed.
because you asked for it.
I know you won't be swayed. I know.
But I do find I'm getting lenient in my old age.
Well, that's what. Yeah. Is it what is beating you down? The podcast beating you down? You're like, yeah, fuck it, get it all in there. The cynicism has just got you, like, just whatever. Just get a lot in it. Whatever.
Get them in, mate. Right, next up on the list, you've got Ticketmaster.
Oh yeah,
Do you
they can get to
go with Ticketmaster.
Oh, they can get to fuck. Well, I think
give me your
you
spiel.
should just flush them now. Bam, gone. Like, the thing is, though, Si, I can't even remember the last time I would have went to a gig that like was Ticketmaster.
Required a Ticketmaster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have even gone, but it just makes me every time I see that shit, like, already makes me angry when you've got like massive booking fees on tickets. But them cunts, man, because it's only them, innit? They've bought out Live Nation, so if it's a big gig, the only people who's ever going to do it now is Ticketmaster. So there's no, they do what they want. And that thing, I don't really like Oasis, right? But that dynamic ticket pricing shit, you know, there's people so excited about it, sit there all day, and it gets there and goes, oh, that ticket that we said was 150 quid, it's 400 quid. Do you want it or not? How the fuck is that legal? Like, how is that legal? I know I've seen this. That was why I've been angry about it today. Hated them anyway because of that. And that they reckon the booking fees now, like, sometimes it's worth, like, they cost more than the actual ticket, yeah. But then you get these artists who agree to it, like Oasis. They're fucking scum. They're scum for being part of that shit. They didn't have to do it, did they? But then, like, now I've seen this thing that all that shit you pay and all them hoops you jump through, they've just fucking taken a load of tickets off people, saying they thought they were bots, yeah? They weren't bots. These people have bought... Well, I did crack up someone saying, it's ruined my life. Like, what, it's ruined your life not watching Oasis in their 50s, coming back with their money, making... Chill the fuck out, you fucking... But
yeah.
You know...
When the tour does well, they'll be playing in, like, 2 years' time.
Yeah, they're not... Yeah, they're going to keep coming back, aren't they? But that, I'm just thinking, your fucking company, literally, all you do is make money by fucking scamming people. And now you're taking tickets off people and calling them scammers. And you know what they're going to do with them tickets? Put them back on for, like, fucking extreme amounts of money. And it's a fucking disgraceful system. And you'd imagine... the thing is with CB, because if it goes, like, in my head, the CB, that's it. It's gone forever. You don't want... It feels like there's a power vacuum. It's like a Game of Thrones power vacuum then, where someone's going to pile in. But no one should be allowed, should it? Well, any big ticket companies, maybe. Like, because it ain't fucking on that, is it? And it's completely fucking music over. And like the prices of those tickets, I don't like any of the bands. Like, if I wanted to, I don't even think I don't know what my daughter music my daughter likes. That's bad, isn't it? Like, if she liked Taylor Swift, I couldn't take her to a Taylor Swift show, could I? Because I bet that's hundreds of quid. That is. Like, how fucked up is that? I get they're expensive, these big stage shows or whatever. Well, I don't know. You playing in a DIY band as well, and if you've had a good night playing a gig and you make a fair bit on your merch, you're like, oh, we've done all right here. Like, oh, big gig, we've done 500 quid, and you're thinking, hang on a minute, when these fucking massive people, like, you know, like the Foo Fighters and all, but not just them, pop artists as well. Oh, these stage productions cost a lot. You are literally selling T-shirts for 100 quid, and you're going out with fucking articulated lorries full of them. You must be making a fucking fortune. So they don't need to sell the tickets for that much, do they? And then just on top of all these costs, you've got Ticketmaster, which is just basically a gangster, innit? Like, what they do? Like, what do they do? Nothing.
Well, it's like today, the sort of artist pre-sale tickets for the Black Sabbath.
Show. And I bet that's Ticketmaster, isn't it? Yeah.
Ticketmaster, dynamic pricing as well. I saw a video. A geezer got seating at the back of the stadium. 2 tickets, 900 quid.
Oh my fucking day! See, that is a disgrace.
It's like rent.
That is a disgrace. To see Ozzy Osbourne probably play 3 songs. I can't work that gig out. I can't cite all them, like at the bottom where it's got Slash and Billy Corgan. It's like, hang on, because Ozzy Osbourne can't even stand up yet. Right? I love Black Sabbath. That man's fucked yet. He couldn't do 3 songs at the Commonwealth Games or whatever it was. He ain't, and his name is on it. And then there's Black Sabbath. He's not doing 2 solo sets. It makes you think that he's going to do a couple of songs and all them performances. It's a Black Sabbath tribute act. Well, Black Sabbath All-Stars with all different singers and guitarists, and then he'll come on at the end do Paranoid or something. You know, hang on, he's 75 years old or something. You're going to go and pay. And he got the Nazi, but they got Pantera there. They're a disgrace. Loads of shit.
They got David Draymond from fucking Disturbed. He signed his autograph on fucking Israeli bombs.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. It's full of scum, and there's loads of people getting excited about it. And you're like, so actually, in that case, will that Ticketmaster have that gig? Because the fucking people buying them tickets deserve to pay that fucking much. Yeah, that is a dodgy gig, man. Half a Slayer, Metallica, in their like 60s, a load of bands I've never heard of. I know there was one I liked on there. I like Anthrax. I don't know if they're good anymore, but they used to be good. Yeah, that is a con.
But it's funny because you can see that Pantera are playing because obviously the drummer who's in Pantera now is Charlie from Anthrax. The guitarist in Pantera is Zakk Wylde. He'll be there.
Oh, he's got a payday and a half there, Zakk Wylde, hasn't he?
Oh, mate, Zakk Wylde's going to be absolutely fucking...
Yeah.
Mate, his bollock's going to be sparkling after that.
Yeah,
he's
dynamically priced his way into it. I bet he's gone up to all that. Imagine how much money he's getting paid. Yeah, that gig. I didn't see them prices you were on about, but I seen someone had shared the different tiers of tickets, and I swear one of them was called restricted viewing. It's like, hang on a minute, they ain't selling tickets then. That must be like right down the side of the stage. I take it the stage is on the field. You can buy tickets to not be able to see the stage. What do you have, like a series of mirrors, like a mirror setup? That is dodgy as fuck, man.
You just got to watch the screens and watch them as their techs hand them guitars from the background.
Yeah, that is a fucking disgrace, man. And that's the Ticketmaster culture, that is it, I reckon, isn't it? Oh, that all stems down at the start to the cost of the tickets. We can fuck anyone over because these stupid pricks are stupid enough to buy it, and they do. Every time all these tours sell out because someone's going to buy the tickets. And the thing is, I'm calling them stupid pricks. You know, if it was someone I really, really love, like I love Tom Waits, he won't go in for it. I'd hope. But if there was Tom Waits went, I'm doing one more gig, and it was through Ticketmaster, you know, I would be tempted when it's getting into ridiculous money to still hit that button because you're like, what am I going to do? But that is mad, putting people under that pressure. Right, here's your dreams. Oh, you thought it's 200 quid. You've just about worked out you're going to save it. 400 quid. Go on. Now you've got a minute. If you don't, you're fucked. You ain't getting them. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
how is that
waiting
legal?
in line in a weird digital queue for like
how the fuck is that
15
legal?
hours.
Yeah, it's man, that is. I know, like, we're at the so far at the other end of the scale where we're like, don't charge more than £10 for a gig. It's not really about that. I get like punk gigs are meant to be cheap, but those gigs shouldn't be that cost, man. That is fucking so many kids over, you know. Kids are into these big rock bands, ain't got a chance, have they? How are you going to afford to go and see these rock bands when the prices are like that? And like,
little girls wanting to go see Taylor Swift, and like they can't because all the tickets are bought up by all like.
No, imagine that's the first. You know, the first proper big one I went to was like Slipknot, like in an arena. You know, they're the ones that shape you when you're like, oh my god, this is my thing. If they can never get that. You know, like kids are going to be a bit like, you know, going to a fucking hardcore show, or ease them into it, like where it's not like a little room where they're sticking to the floor, getting knocked out every time someone swings their arms. Like them big gigs, the things getting people into music in the first place. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
it's funny, man. I played a show on Saturday, and it was Emasculata's album release show, and it was £10 on the door. But we realised that almost 5 years to the day in Falmouth we played like another one of their release shows for like another EP, and it was with like Emasculata, Bobby Funk, Monolithian, and it was £3 on the door.
Okay, now that's a stacked lineup for £3, isn't it? Yeah.
But like back then, that felt like of course that's how much a gig is.
Yeah.
But now it's like we can't even dream about putting a gig on without paying. Like,
and that's a weird part of it. You don't get much in the punk scene. I think most people appreciate it when like it has got a bit more expensive now, hasn't it? But then when it's like, oh, 15 quid a ticket, it's like, bruv, there's 4 or 5 bands and it's 15 quid a ticket and it's £3 a band. They've got to pay them 5 bands, right? Like, you know, I seen someone the other day, I can't remember who it was, and I got a bit annoyed. He was like moaning about, oh, how is it in advance the tickets of this? Then you're going to put them up on the doors, like so they don't have to have a heart attack for 3 weeks leading up to the gig that they've only sold 10 tickets. So there's a reason for that. People doing that are not the problem, are they? These like cheap punk and rock gigs and whatever else. I take it there's other like genres that I completely ignore that do the same thing, innit? Like, you know, a tenner, price of everything's gone up. That is what it is now for a standard gig. But then you see the other end of this bullshit that they're doing, and it's fucking insane, man. I can't do it. I haven't done it for a while. I'd never do it again. I did it Royal Blood. I don't even like them, but At the Drive-In was supporting them, so I had to buy tickets. It was like 110 quid for 2 tickets, and that was about 6 years ago. And that nearly made me sick just to watch At the Drive-In. Then I walked out, and I was like, "What have I done here?" And I will never do it again. Oh, there's my dog. Hi. Are you in here? Being a little. I'm not sweating. I'm going to come up to see Big
Ticketmaster, mate. They're going in.
They're
going in to see them.
It's going to be. Yeah, Let him in.
Just because, like, yeah, it is very gangstery.
Yeah,
it's very much
pure,
like
protection money bullshit. Oh, we control all this. I think, why? Who's allowed you to do it? They've bought out all them other ones. The only competitor they have was Live Nation. How are they allowed to do that? I didn't think you were allowed monopolies in these massive industries. And it is like the Wild West. No one stops them. Like that dynamic ticket pricing. You think, when I read it, I thought, they're getting done for this. But they just like shrugged their shoulders and went, what are you going to fucking do? People want the tickets.
Yeah.
Like, that's the world we live in, is it? That's just delay. You've said that it costs this much. Imagine that you was in a restaurant and like you've gone, oh nice, I'm gonna have that meal for 15 quid, and then at the end they just go, it's 120 quid. I ain't got any money.
Yeah,
care,
sorry,
like,
everyone actually ordered the lasagna tonight,
yeah.
so it's 400.
Any other industry, it would be fucking criminal. Like, yeah, fuck 'em.
It reminds you. Do you remember that fucking bellend who bought the cure for AIDS and then made it like $250,000 for the medicine?
Scum.
Or whatever?
Yeah, he's the one who bought that one off Wu-Tang record or Cypress Hill record as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a prick. Yeah, and then he sort of like tried to back down a bit when he got nailed, saying, I've done it to help people. It's like, no, you've done it to get rich. You fucking bastard. Yeah, horrible prick.
Yeah, utter prick.
In that disgraceful,
man,
yeah.
It's in.
Yes!
Gosh!
I feel good about that. I feel a bit lighter now.
Right. So, thanks for everyone that supports you on Patreon. Appreciate it. You're all legends. This episode is sponsored by toilet roll. You blow your nose with it, you wipe your ass with it. Sometimes catch semen in it. It's a class little thing. Go buy toilet paper and have a clean arse.
Very good. I like that. Is it a specific brand who sponsored you or
no? What's the one you get from Iceland?
I don't know. We haven't got an Iceland by us.
I got Iceland shit tickets at the minute.
Yeah.
They're right.
We've become hoarders. I went shopping, but we didn't communicate properly on the toilet roll situation, and we both bought toilet roll, and we've got so much. It's like COVID again. It's wild.
Oh wow! Yeah. You can, you got enough to treat yourself. It's like a mummy hand to wipe your fucking
comes out
shitter.
From my allergies, then we get through it pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, you got to get nice stuff if you're blowing your nose because you don't want to get a red raw nose.
I think Tio's got Andrex. I've got Asda, the yellow, the yellow basics range. I love it, man.
Hey, well.
Yeah, love it. Yeah.
It all goes up the arsehole.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah.
Right. Well, normally in the middle of an episode, I like to think of I ask questions, do silly things. I thought about something different for you.
Okay.
Because I thought, what's been happening recently? There's been lots of biopics, musician biopics.
It has, yeah.
It's been happening loads. I was thinking, Pizzatramp the movie, or Jimbob, Theodore, Logan the movie. Let's work this out, right?
Okay, right.
We want to find out who's going to play you.
Right.
Who's going to play Tia, who's going to play Danny.
Right.
We'll get a rough cast list.
Right.
Maybe if you want to cast some other people in bands, who do you think would play you?
It's got to be someone skinny. It's got to be a smackheady looking person, hasn't it?
Would you want to get like Timothy Chalamet? Do you think he could do a Welsh accent?
Is he the one who does? Is he the one who's Bob Dylan right now?
Yeah.
I want to watch that. He looks good. He looks good in that, doesn't he? Yeah, he'd do a good me. Yeah, we'll have Shammers, like. Yeah, I'll have Shammers. I reckon he'd be up for it as well.
Oh, for sure.
I reckon. But I love Stephen Graham. I wouldn't want Stephen Graham to play me. I'm not sure who Stephen Graham would play, but he'd have to have. What part would he have in it?
Could he play your dad?
He could probably play my dad. Who could he play? Who would be Tia? I know who Tia would be because there's someone that reminds me of Tia a bit when I see him on the TV. You know the person out the Queen's Gambit, and she's in like the new Mad Max film. Anna Taylor-Joy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that would be would be Tia. Dan. I tell you what, Stephen Graham would be Lewis. Stephen Graham would be a good Lewis. He'd do a good Lewis.
That's a shout. The chops on that bad boy as well. Lewis. He's got little pistachios and googly eyes.
Who would Dan be? It would have to be the one at Harry Potter one, at the ginger one. The Rupert. Is it Rupert?
What, Rupert Grint?
Yeah, either him or Ed Sheeran. I reckon that because Ed Sheeran wants a bit of cred, so Ed Sheeran, like when he suddenly appears in Game of Thrones, like sitting down singing the songs, like, how's this little prick in Game of Thrones? Like, I reckon he'd be Dan.
Oh, he's got that fuck you money, hasn't he?
Who would play you though? Because you'd have to be in it, wouldn't you? There'd be a montage of us going through 800 bass players in a month. You'd have to be in it.
Yeah, people often tell me I look like Nick Frost.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, but that's the beard. Yeah, maybe. Because the beard and glasses. Yeah, I could see that.
It's just because he's a fat knacker with tattoos and a beard.
Yeah, I'm not having that. Yeah, well, that doesn't say no. Let me have a think here. Let me have a look. Who would play you? It would be like prime time Bruce Willis, maybe. Just imagine you walking into what was the first time you played? It was Plymouth Underground. You walking in, going, "Welcome to the party, kid," with your bass over your back. It would be pretty good. It would be pretty good if it were Brucey. I just think you'd be a big action hero, and Nick Frost isn't really, is he? Like Nick Frost is so sidekicky character.
He's got some action scenes.
What's that?
He's got some action scenes in like World's End and stuff.
Well, yeah, it's true. I like him. I like those films. I just feel that you need a bit. You need more. You haven't gone Hollywood enough for me. I don't think.
No,
it has to be a big Hollywood star.
I'll be Bruce.
Yeah, I think you'd be a good Bruce. Imagine just you with a bass guitar and a white vest. Welcome to the party, kid. And this stats taped to your back and it goes over the top. That'd be really good. Well, I've been thinking, like, like, have you seen People Just Do Nothing? You ever watched that? I love that, man. And I was like, I said to Dan and Lewis, and they're up for it. I wanted like film on the road, make Punk Madden's Just Do Nothing, where we get every gig. It's us excited on the way to the gig because this is going to be it. This is going to be the moment that breaks it. There's never anyone at the gig, so I was like, we'll just film a sound check. The problem is we never sound check, so we'll have to start sound check. Really excited to play, but there's never anyone there. Just like whoever the promoter is, get them to stand there and clap. And like every gig's going to break it. And I was like, we could make that on the road on little shitty cameras and do it on YouTube. And I reckon it'd go really well. So that would be a sort of Pizzatramp the movie. Because quite a lot of the gigs, there is no one there. So it'd be pretty close to life as well. But I do like the idea of a Pizzatramp the movie. I like that Anvil one. That's a good one. It'd be a bit like Anvil, but a bit less depressing. Like,
I'm just thinking, like, because most biopics are named after a song, Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocket Man,
Yeah, well,
Walk the Line.
I got work in the morning and just shammers sprawled out on the floor in a Royal Mail uniform, like
just covered in eczema.
Yeah, covered in eczema. Yeah. Oh, shammers. Yeah, when they give like Christian Bale getting like an Oscar or whatever, because they get Oscars if they either put loads of weight on for a picture, like De Niro, or they get really skinny, like he did. I can't remember what the film, but he ends up like anorexic, doesn't he? Come on then, Shammers. Let's see you get extreme eczema and live with it for a year. Let's see you really inhibit.
Give yourself a skin condition.
Yeah.
You fucking Hollywood cunt.
Yeah, like rubbing diesel in his face at bedtime and stuff.
Let's see Kylie Jenner kiss you now, you flaky bastard.
See, that is what I want. An eczema-ridden Timothy Chalamet playing me. That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be good. I'd watch that film. Well, would he let me? I'd have like red carpet shit for that, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you could play a cameo.
I could play a cameo. You know about Joe Tilston? Al Pacino played his dad. You know about that one?
No.
Yeah, that's honest. That's a true fact. Like Joe Tilston's dad is like a mega wicked folk musician, and he was like got quite big back in the day. And he gets interviewed. I'm paraphrasing. I bet Joe will end up hearing this and go, "You're a liar," but I'm pretty sure this is correct, right? That he gets interviewed on the TV, and they're like, "Now you're getting bigger. Do you think it compromises your music?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm worried about it all the time." What he didn't know is John Lennon was a fan and seen it and wrote him a letter saying not to worry about it and how much he respects him and all. But when John Lennon died, the letter disappeared. He never sent it when he got killed. Shows up 25 years later, doesn't it? And gets given to Steve Tilston, Joe's dad. And there's a Hollywood film called Danny Something where it is about that story, and it's Al Pacino's the main role. Like Joe and his dad and all went to the fucking red carpet and all for it. He keeps it quiet. It's the fucking truth. Like, it's the truth. Like, you go on Wikipedia. Isn't that nuts? I asked him about it. I went, did Al Pacino play your dad in a film? He's like, yeah, he did, yeah. I can't remember what it's called. It's called Danny Something. It's amazing that fucking nuts, like.
That's mental.
It's like
it sounds like something that would be a fake fact that you just like pranked someone with for
honestly,
ages.
It's real. It's like he played Michael Corleone, Tony Montana. like played Joe Tilston from Random Hands. Like, his dad's amazing, man. His dad's an amazing musician. It's nothing to be like really laughed at, but it blows my mind out every time I think about it. I watched an Al Pacino documentary the other day, and I'm like, you played Joe's dad in a fucking Hollywood film. Like, what the fuck?
Did he have a British accent?
I can't. Do you know, I only watched it once. I can't remember. No, I don't think he did put one on. I can't really remember. It was like based on the story.
Like, nice cup of tea.
Yeah, but they all went. They went to like the premiere and all of it on a red carpet. A lot like
mad shit.
It is fucking
What would be the big finale scene? Like, you know, in Bohemian Rhapsody, like, you know, it ends with them on Live Aid and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, so that ends. Let me think. How does the Elvis one end? That ends in tears. I can't remember. It's like his missus is leaving it. Yeah, that was right. Oh yeah, and then
I think it ends with him, and he's old, and he's playing doing that Vegas show.
That's right. He's playing what's it called? Not Bittersweet Symphony. Yeah, it is that, isn't it? And it goes into the real version of him playing it.
Yeah, not Bittersweet Symphony. He's
Unchained Melody.
That's the one.
Unchained Melody. That's it. Yeah, I quite like that end. Yeah. What would be the big scene? Yeah, most of them. No, are they all depressing? No, Johnny Cash one ends happy. The Elton John one, I think, ends mental. I think like it's just him singing in it. It's that Welsh kid plays him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he could play me. He's Welsh, he is. Can't remember his name.
I think he could play Sam, though.
What's that?
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton, that's his name. Yeah, he would play Sam.
He could play Sam.
Yeah, he probably would play Sam. No, he's not miserable enough to be Sam. Well, Sam's happy now,
he's pretty beefy, though.
What's that?
Taron Egerton's pretty beefy, and Sam's pretty beefy.
What are you saying?
I mean, he's... No, you're beefy, but you're beefy in a different way.
Yeah, you know that shit.
I know what you're talking about.
That shit. Yeah, let me think.
I've seen your penis more than my own at this point.
Yeah, because you'd have what you have. So you have the 3 acts. Yeah, so you have the build-up, then the drama happens. So you have the conflict, the resolution. So the conflict, I take it, we'd have to like hype it up a bit. It would either be me nearly dying of drugs. No, nearly turned into Scrooged in my head then, where I see the error of my ways. That would be quite good, mind. That would be quite good. Like
you get visited by 3 punk ghosts.
I get visited by the 3 punk ghosts. Johnny Rotten. No, he's not dead. Sid Vicious, Joey Ramone, and Joe Strummer. You show me what my life could have been without ketamine in a field. Do you know, that is a good film, isn't it? Yeah.
And at the end, you play Rebellion and everyone cheers.
Yeah. Yeah, it does end with me going out on stage at Rebellion looking really healthy and good. And as you play the opening chord and everyone jumps in the air, it ends with everyone in the air like that. Yeah, it would be a positive
I like to think you look to the side of the stage and you see Sid, Joey and Joe.
Just like the Force ghosts. It's like the Force ghost looking on in Star Wars. And like every time in Star Wars, every time they make a new version, he edits another one in, doesn't he? So we could do that as it goes on through time. We can add more and more of the old punks into it as they die. Like, I'm up for it. What would it be called? Oh yeah, I got work in the morning, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm well up for that.
See that.
Yeah.
I think Chalamet would win an Oscar for that.
We'd have a good film, I reckon, about Pizzatramp. Like, it's been fucking quite chaotic, right?
Well, you're chummy with Paddy Constantine, and you can get him to probably crack one out.
He'd be in it, yeah. He'd be in it for us. He'd direct it for us, I reckon. He would, or Paddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it. I might ask him. I'll ask him at MPF. He's usually at MPF, isn't he? I'll ask him at MPF. Yeah, he loves it. It's when he directs a film
look,
about
I've got a script, yeah?
I'll write a script. I'll start sending you a chapter a day. Oh, no, we were on about this earlier, putting pressure on yourself. Be like, oh my God, I haven't sent Simon paragraph 3 of the I got work in the morning script.
Mate, talking about pressure, like last year, like not last Christmas, but the Christmas before last Christmas, the penultimate Christmas, I made a declaration on Facebook that I was gonna remake the Muppets Christmas Carol in like podcast form.
Right.
I've done fuck all of it, but like but I do want to do it, but like I was just like, I put that out there and then I like fucked myself with it.
Yeah, I stopped. That's why I stopped doing these. When I did that podcast, man, and I done it, and I'm like, I'm going to do this forever. I'm going to do it, and I keep having really good ideas and going, am I going to really do this? And I keep having to stop myself. Well, my new one, I want to do like train. I've been actually playing Train Simulator. Yeah, it's great. It's very calming. I was like, I can do this on Twitch, dressed as a train driver. And then anyone who comes in and watches it has got to complain, and like Tia's going to be the guard who comes in and reads the complaints, and whoever they're on the train, and I'm just going to be a really bitter old train driver. And I was like, this is great. And I was like, I can make some money off this. And I started telling everyone at gigs, and I was like, when are you going to do that? I'm like, why have I done this? Because now I've made it a thing. If I'd have just done it without telling anyone, it'd be fine. But now I made it a thing. I'm like, I can't do this because I can't make a Twitch account, set it all up, and I've got the gear to do it now. Like this, I got a laptop that's good now, but it's now I've set myself up. I'm like, I can't do this now because it's bound to fuck up. I can't do it, and immediately have to give up on the idea. Then
you could get your dad on the Twitch and have him recreate. Is it the Licky Voyager?
Yeah, the Licky Voyager. You've been retired for 15 years. Do you fancy driving a virtual train for a bit of cash
to see
on
if he's
PayPal?
still got it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we got the film. Paddy, get on it. Right. Speaking of eczema, we got eczema on the C-bin list.
That was in there. Yeah. Do you know, I sent you that list and I've forgot as soon as I sent it to you. I was like, yeah, we do that. It's got to go, man, innit? And I know, right, just in case, because I imagine some people are listening who've got like much worse things. I understand this, yeah. But I seen this thing the other day and it was on about hidden illnesses. It's one of these posts that's shit, and it's like a genuine post. You know, people who've got different various like muscle problems or like body problems you can't see, even down to like mental health and everything. I say even, like I'm not putting any of. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm fucking batshit as well, so it's not like I'm disparaging mental health, is it?
Yeah.
But then whenever I see all them, I'm like, hey, yeah, but none of them ever like mention eczema, and I know, you know, because I've got it sometimes at gigs. People who've got it like me talk to me, and from reading forums, and I was like, people don't seem to realise it's a bit of itching and all. How fucking hard work it is, man. You know, some people have it since childhood birth. I'm not joking. I know it's pretty heavy. I don't know how to kill myself by now. It fucking drives me to, because you can't sleep. Yeah, go to bed. Within an hour, I'm awake. I'm itching. Wake up. All my eyes are cracked. They're all closed together. My privates, my head, my neck. I can't, like when I used to ring Royal Mail, I can't come to work. My eczema's bad. And like my boss, who was a prick, you know, he's like, what do you mean? Because of a bit of eczema? I was like, do you know what, mate? I've just been itching my neck for about 7 hours in the night. I've ripped all the skin off it, and now it's not healed, is it? So I can't move my neck. It makes me feel shit about myself. I don't want to go out anywhere in public. And the thing is, right, Si, as you know, I don't really give a fuck about my appearance and stuff like that. So I just think about people who care a bit more, you know, that people like looking nice going out and are worried about what people think of them. I'm not even one of them people, and it puts me a bit on edge. I think, fucking hell, man. And like reading this shit, like how many people. Sorry, I've just realised how serious this one's gotten compared to
man.
People like you know, harming themselves and ending their lives and all because of this. And like, I don't think people realise quite how fucking mental and how much it fucks with your head. And I'm not saying I don't think I've got it worse than some people, you know, some of the shit I see, but just like, yeah, it's got to be fucking gone on it, man. I was on about, it's like, if they give me a choice, if like God Almighty come down and said, all right, you can have 10 years and then you die, but you don't have eczema, you have eczema for the rest of your life, I'd be like, yep, sign me up. And I know that's a bit fucking dark or whatever, but it's also like completely true, like how fucking mental. And it seems, it doesn't help, I don't go out as much anymore because I work at home and everything, but it seems to be getting worse. I'm like, are you fucking joking, man? Can I just have a break and just sit down on a sofa and watch a TV show without being like on the edge of my seat and ripping at my skin, or getting into bed and going, oh my God, everything's just uncomfortable and hard work constantly. And then obviously gigs is alright actually, because it's like a half-hour break, because as long as you're playing, you haven't got time to do it, and you sort of, but then afterwards you're like, oh my God, people trying to talk to you, and you're like, I just need to fucking get outside actually and go somewhere away from everyone a minute and rip all my skin off. Yeah, brutal one. So I've just realised, it was a serious one.
Mate, because people need to talk about what. But the thing is, I can relate, because when I was born covered in eczema.
I remember you telling me that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was covered in like ointments, and I left outside, and like every time I'd move, I would split open and I would bleed, and it was like that until I was maybe like 15. Like I was just had eczema like all over me, like topical steroids, and then you take them, and then you get like your body gets weirdly addicted to it, and then when you stop it, like you get even worse. And it's like horrible, and then eventually it just kind of like went away.
Oh, great.
But I do, like, every now and then I'll have a flare up where like my whole neck will be covered, or like my elbow ditch or something.
Yeah,
but my stepdad,
isn't it?
Yeah, I remember one time on a rash tour, I had it so bad on my neck just from sweating and like scratching it in my sleep that it was just this big infected wound on my neck.
Yeah.
And it didn't heal for like months.
No, it's minging, and that's it, and it's so hard because once it's weakened, it's impossible, isn't it? Like it'll nearly get better, and then you're like in your sleep, you wake up and you're like, oh, I've just literally reopened all my neck. Great, here we go. Can't move my neck. Oh, so all of my feet can't walk properly. Great, but no one can really see it unless up close. But then, it's such a minging condition, man. I had this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to get help, but through the NHS. It's not the NHS's fault. You know, they're fucking limited to what they can do. But like, begging them, going, there's got to be something else. I was like, what? And I was like saying to the dermatologist last time I was there, I was going, why do all the creams that you give people with eczema have paraffin in? And they were like, oh, it's something to do with like how it's made. I was like, but I know I'm not a scientist or a medical person, but surely there being paraffin in it shouldn't be good. How is that good for sensitive skin? And they're like, oh, she's like, yeah, but it's more important that your skin is lubricated. I was like, with paraffin, what the fuck are you on about? Like,
yeah.
It took months, right, to work this out. Well, I've given the game away because I'm talking about paraffin, but coming home, and I went upstairs in the bathroom, and I was like, Tia, what the fuck have you done to the bath? And Tia was like, I lit a candle, and it set everything, and I mean, you know, it's tiles and all, yeah? And I was like, nah, and I didn't believe them, which is brutal. I was like, how have you managed to literally set fire to a wall, like, with a candle? And Tia was like, I lit the candle, and it went all at the wall. I was like, that's impossible. And I'm thinking, and then, about 2 weeks later, because the shower's in the bath here, as I'm stood there putting this oil and shit over me, and it's flinging at the wall, and I always make sure I clean it off here because it looks like spunk. Yeah, and I'm like, looks like I've been spunking at the wall. And as I cleaned it off, I suddenly went, oh yeah, I just realised exactly what's happened. Where loads of it's dried and a big thing down, whole wall's covered in paraffin, lit a candle. Well, hang on. They're giving this to people with sensitive skin to put on their skin. It sets fire to tiles. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like how is this the best option? And I take it's probably not the best option. It's probably the cheapest way to mass produce something, which may or may not help. But it just seems mental to me, and it does feel then it's one of the... Because imagine you as a doctor, if you were going into your speciality in uni, there's not many of them are going to go, ooh, I want to get into scabby skin. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like a bit of a... Like, there should be a lot more progress made there than there is. It's like, you've been giving me the same creams for 20 years, none of them work, but whenever I go to anyone or any specialist, even private ones we pay for, they're like, this is what you need. I'm like, bro, I've got all these. You cannot be telling me that there's nothing else to try. What is fucking wrong with you? Like, so, yeah.
Just to end it on one last point, you'd be saying about how, like, you know, hidden illnesses and stuff like that, and people not really thinking about eczema as being this horrible thing. I remember at MPF, the people in the bread shed wouldn't let you in because they said that you were too drunk, but it was because you were crying because of the eczema in your eyes, and you were like, I'm not even drunk, like, I've just got eczema in my eyes, and they were like, no, you're on drugs, mate, fuck off.
Yeah, Dougie stuck up for me, didn't he? And he went, well, you ain't coming in either, and he's teetotal. Yeah, that was right. Yeah. I was like, listen, we
had to sneak through the pub, through the back door, and then we ended up right by the stage and we watched Clobber. Yeah. But it was like, but that was like bullshit. It was like, come on, dude,
I get that all the time because, you know, you've seen me in some states. I do like a drink and get pissed, but I'm not a bad drunk anyway. I don't get into trouble, but I always get kicked out. I'm always the first person who's not allowed. You ain't coming in. Why, mate? Because my eyes are streaming. My eyes are always streaming. It's like it happens all the fucking time, man. I got banned from the pub the other week, but then luckily, because Sam runs it and she's my mate, they looked at the security, mistaken identity. I'm literally stood there drinking a pint, and he's like, "You got to leave." I was like, "What the fuck you on about, mate? I'm not leaving." Oh, you were at the bar causing trouble. I was like, I haven't. I've been to a gig in the cab yet, and I was like, I haven't even been to the bar, mate. Since I've been in here, people keep buying me drinks. What are you on about? I was like, go and get whoever it is complained. Come over here, it ain't me. Next thing I know, he's dragged me out, but then as he's pulled me, my drink's gone in the air. So then he's telling me I've thrown a drink over him as well, this massive security guy. I was like, I didn't throw my drink over you. I was trying to drink it. You pulled me. Then I got a girl going, you just spat in my face. I was like, no, I didn't. And who are you? And I'm like, I'm not even that drunk, and I haven't done anything wrong. Will you just fuck off, like? And isn't it weird?
Yeah.
No matter times I've been smashed, but then I said, yeah, I forgot that MPF when that I'm like had like Vaseline in my hands, going, I put this on my eyes to try and stop them cracking and streaming. I've literally been here about 2 hours. No, you're not coming in. I'm with all my friends, and my friend's band's about to play. What the fuck is wrong with you, like? But yeah. It's a bit of a bullshit.
Throw it in the bin. Throw it in the bin. X-Men's going in.
Oh my god, it's 3 out of 3. It's 3 out of 3.
Well, no, you got the trio. So there's 4 things left on the list that you gave me.
Right.
Do you want me to reel them off and you can pick which one you feel you want to throw in?
Oh, yeah, go on. Because I want to give myself the most chance here, don't I?
Right, so you've sent true crime TV, charging cables, adult YouTubers, and streaming kid games.
Oh, that's the same one, though.
Adult YouTubers streaming kid games.
Yeah, that one's annoying. Let me think now. Because the true crime one is specifically to troll Tia. I do agree with it. The charging cables one, I reckon that'd be a definite C. Yeah, the charging cable one and the kids, I feel they're too easy. I reckon we'll go true crime, I do. Because I reckon true crime's got a chance. I think it'd be too easy. These weird noncy adult streaming kid games, all my kids watch, drives me mad. I know you haven't got kids, so it might not have as much of an adverse effect on your life, but it drives. I'm like this. Well, it's partly jealousy in it. 'Cause I'm like, this fucking prick is like 30 years old, and he's definitely a multi-millionaire, but he's made his money by playing Roblox, which is a game specifically designed for young kids, where he's trying to convince people to spend money on this game, and they sit there, yeah. Like my kids got fucking rooms full of them. They sit there with all their merch. They're playing the game with a teddy in their hand. They're like, "Oh, we're selling these teddies." And then my kids want them for Christmas. And you go on, they're like, "Oh my god, this is £100. This," and it comes, and you know it hasn't been past no safety standards. You know it's a fire hazard. It smells like that weird cheap toy smell. You're like, hang on.
It smells like AliExpress.
I'm going true crime, I am, because I reckon it's got a chance of surviving. I don't want to give myself a challenge. So I don't know what your opinion is on true crime, though. See, true crime programs. I'm talking about specifically now.
It's difficult, right? Because I'm conflicted on true crime, because I think there's a lot of rubbernecking involved in it. Like, people love to watch.
Yeah.
People like that, you know. Like, I don't like whenever I see someone with like a serial killer tattooed on them, I'm like, you fucking cunt. But then I do watch a documentary about, and I'm like, oh mate, he like killed 15 people and like threw them in the river. But yeah, and I enjoy that. But then I am also like, oh, but this is fucking dark, because like a lot of people got fucking, you know, raped and killed and stuff. So I'm always a bit torn. But the thing is, me and my girlfriend Alex, we watch true crime stuff all the time. At the minute, we've been watching more paranormal, ghosty stuff. But we do
get on board with that. Oh, no problem with that.
Yeah, but we watch a lot of true crime.
Yeah. Well, I just think it's terrifying, man. Like, because Tia loves it. Obviously, yeah. There's always a podcast, but the podcast don't bother me either. But it's and what I think. So it's twofold. I think that originally, you know, I know it's been going on for years, but there was that Making a Murderer and all that stuff, and the one what's the fucking Tiger one,
Tiger
Carol Baskin, all that shit. So they, like, you know, they did the mental ones, yeah, you know, and they've did, you know, I make a joke on stage all the time that one of our songs now is about going vegan, but then I started watching the Jeffrey Dahmer show on Netflix. When I watched that, I was like, this is mental. But then it was after that, I was like, hang on, like, those are these like poor young blokes that got murdered by him and all, like, their families are still alive, right? And I'm up for dark humour than the rest of them, but that's what, they're all on Netflix, yeah. Imagine like all these that is, oh yeah, I'm going to get ahead of myself. So it's like they go on Netflix like years later. Oh, there's a show that's here to make money out of my kid who was raped and murdered by a fucking psycho who everyone hates that we're glad is dead, yeah. Like, in the start, when it was the mental ones, like, even them, I know it's weird saying that because I'm contradicting myself. It's like, you did the mental ones, but now it feels they're scraping the barrel. And you go on Netflix, and instead of there being loads of new programs for your subscription fee or whatever, it's like this massive long row, not even very good ones. oh, there's a girl that was raped and murdered and buried in the woods, and they've made like a 4-part series out of it. I'm like, people love this shit. Are you mental? I'll happily watch like an extremely violent film where I know it's fake. It's great. Let's go and watch all these people get blown up. But then watching it going, oh, that's video footage of a girl that was like sexually assaulted and died. Oh, that's her mum crying about it on TV. Oh, there's her brother who's now grown up. And I'm just like, well, this is a bit fucking weird. Like, and I know, you know, I'm not suggesting, you know, the people who watch that are any different to me. I'm not suggesting they get off on it or anything. And I get that it's interesting. And if anything, I think me and Tio had a discussion saying, well, at least it makes people aware of how fucked up people are out there, usually men as well. And it's like, yeah, great, I get all that. But I was going through the other day, and that's what was in my head. It was like, and I get it. It was like new on Netflix. I'm like, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. This is all mental. Every one of these is either a dramatisation or actual just footage of people being brutally murdered and like sexually assaulted. And I'm all, this is fucking nuts. This is a major industry, and I don't know why. I know it makes me a bit snowflakey, but I'm just a bit like, they couldn't have made all these other programs for this that would be cool, and we're watching this insane shit like whatever one we had on the other night, and it was like just some fucking weird fucking prick up north somewhere who literally brutally murdered his wife with a little baby in the house, and then he's fucking driven out in the middle of the night, buried her in the woods, but then he won't ever admit to what he's done. And like, they go, we don't know what happened to the kid when that happened. I was like, what the fuck are we watching? They know that this kid, who will never admit to it, has brutally murdered her, strangled her to death, wrapped her up in a fucking with gaffer tape, dragged her down the staircase, thrown her in the boot, put the baby in there or left the baby at home, driven around all night, thrown her in a bush, and then rung the police and pretended she was missing. I'm like, and it gets to the end, and I'm like, what the fuck did we just watch? Like, it's like, that was this girl's, like, that little girl, and at the end, the little girl's walking along with the dead girl's, like, mum and dad, like, the kid's now. It's like, there's a program on the internet. That girl's only about 4 years old, but you know at some point in the near future, someone's fucking nutty parents are going to say, oh, the girl in your class, do you know what happened? And like, oh, do you know your mum got murdered? We do, because there's a TV show about it. And I'm just like, this is a bit fucking dark, man. What the fuck? Because, well, I suppose they must have had, in them cases, I suppose, at least because they're interviewing the family, I get then, the other side of that is it's raising awareness that these fucking people are out there and they're doing it. But then all them bigger ones, like Jeffrey Dahmer, which I did watch and sort of enjoyed, but then like reading this thing afterwards going, oh, they didn't consult all the families of these young black men who got literally fucking drugged, raped and murdered by Jeffrey Dahmer brutally and then cut up and kept in the fridge. And they're like, oh, well, I've been traumatised by that all my life, put Netflix on and there's a #1 hit show about it. And like, what the fuck? Yeah. I know it's a bit weird and a bit snowflake. God, I've gone a bit horrible on your podcast today. Should have did the charging cable.
The dark, twisted second half.
Yeah. I should have did the charging cable, shouldn't I? I just don't know.
I might be a bit too late to nix this one, but yeah, but that's the thing. But we are drawn to it, aren't we? Like you said, like
I
you
get
watched
it's entertainment. It's a massive industry, isn't it? Yeah.
People watch it. They always watch it. Me and Alex, we watch ones. It'll be like, you know, like an 8-episode series, and it'll be like lovers turned killers. Yeah, it's about like, you know, happy marriages that all of a sudden someone snapped, or it'll be like the neighbor from hell.
Yeah. Well, like, if they all did that, if you were introducing them all, we watched, and it was this is the one that sent me over the edge because it was called the Cecil Hotel, and it was literally about 6 parts or whatever. And there's this footage, and this like some mega, you know, it's like the Chelsea Hotel, but in Los Angeles. It's in like Skid Row, like it's rough as. And they see this girl looking all weird, walk down the corridor, gets in a lift, disappears. Big drama. Yeah. She's murdered. What she's done is not taken her antipsychotic medication, but they could have done all this in a half hour, yeah. But it goes on and on. They're fitting up all these people for murdering her, and they haven't done it. And then right at the end, in the last episode, they're like, I know what she did is she forget to take her antipsychotic drugs, went on the roof, somehow got in the water tank of the hotel and drowned, right? But people were drinking the water, yeah, and this is when they realised there's something wrong with the water, so they send the handyman out, and the woman's dead in there, and I was like, hang on. So that girl didn't disappear or get murdered. She forgot to take her medication and drowned in the water tank. And I just watched 5 hours of this. and they blame all these people. I can't remember. Somehow they blame this like death metal artist called Mortis. I added him on Facebook, but it was like Justice for Mortis, and he's like, why is this Netflix show? And even that was mental. And like, this fucking cunt's not done anything wrong other than being a bit weird and gothy. And he's up for murdering this poor girl who hasn't done anything. Like she's like very sadly drowned in a water tank. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Can we just watch this? And this is what the scrape in the barrel. All the good ones have been done, unless a new one happens. And that's the thing now. A new one would happen, be on the news. You know that some producers go in, better make something out of this quick. Like, and it just seems a bit fucking
proper rubbing
twisted
around together.
to me. And I'd watch a lot of weird shit on TV. But like that, I don't know, man. Like, it's just a bit fucking weird. And like I said, I'm happy if it don't go in the sea bin. You said you and your partner watch it. Tia loves it. I'm just like, sit there and go, what the fuck are we watching? like,
yeah.
They're dead. That people's dead. That person's dead.
I had a moment like that recently because, me and Axel, we found this series. It's a HBO series called "I'll Be Gone in the Dark," and it's about this serial rapist in the 70s who was never caught, but
based on a real story now. Yeah,
real story, real case, unsolved case. He was like doing all these horrible sexual assaults alongside when Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, was doing stuff.
Yeah.
So
absolute
he kind of so he kind of slipped through because they couldn't tell who was doing which one. So it became this like cold case, and this journalist, who's the comedian Patton Oswalt's wife, it became obsessed with like trying to find out who did it, and goes on this wild true crime. I won't spoil the ending, but it's pretty mental because it like just going case by case, describing in detail all these like rapes, and they have like the victims of the rapes explaining their rapes. And I was just watching it, just being like, at a moment where I was like, what the fuck am I watching, man? Like, it's midnight, I'm like laying on the sofa all comfy, I got candles burning, I've got popcorn, and I'm listening to someone explain their rape. And I turned it off because I was like, I couldn't
it's
keep
uncomfortable,
going.
Matt. Yeah, it makes, and I suppose that is an important bit of it, when it makes you go, oh my god, this is real, like this happened, this is awful. But that's it. But usually I'm watching TV because I'm tired and sat on the sofa to switch off, and I'm like, hang on, like an action film or some cool sci-fi, and I get it's like personal choice, and I'm like, hang on, my mental health's not very good at the moment, I'm tired, it's like 11 o'clock at night, they're all dead, them people, like we're watching the story of how these people died, like, and like this is fucking seriously fucked up. It's just like weird to me. But I listened to I can't remember who the podcast, what's it called? Chatterbix. It's Joe Wilkinson, David Earl, the comedians.
Right.
They interviewed some like true crime writer, and they were saying about red flags and stuff. The true crime writer was like, listen, just because you think like that, and I get it. Like, people love that, and like loads and loads of these people who are watching, and they said it's not. I don't know if it's me being sexist. They said that a lot of women watch it, saying women are watching it because there's usually the fucking victims of women, and like it's important they know. I was like, I get all that, and I get as a man, I just like as a man I might not be as into it, and I can fucking see how brutal it all is. So I'm like, I just feel that uncomfortable here that I just want to watch, like, I want to watch you in Die Hard shooting terrorists off the Nagatari of Terror, or whatever it's called. That's what I want to watch. Well, it's just some blood, like some tomato ketchup or whatever. That's what I want to watch. I don't mind how violent it is or how mental it is when at the end you know that's fine, like, except the crow when he did get shot, but like no one's got hurt, and that just shows maybe I'm a bit snowflakey and squeamish, and I just, when I watch these things, man, I'm just like, and I think I'm getting older and getting worse, I'm going, this is fucking hard, man, like, this is fucking mental watching this. Like,
honestly, no, I get it, man. Because when I was a teenager, I loved watching horror films, but now I can't. A lot of the films I used to really like when I was a teenager, I can't watch now because like of just like stuff like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and like The Hills Have Eyes, because it's got so much, like, it's half the film is just women screaming as they're running in terror, and it just like fucks with my brain, and I can't handle it. I know it's easy. It's like we got the privilege to like not have to fucking deal with that shit, but I guess that's us facing the reality of like what people actually go through. But it's you just reminded me of Shannon, who I live with, Shannon from Monolith and Bobby Funk, sometimes I'll walk into the kitchen or whatever to grab a glass of water. She'll be like chopping some asparagus or something, making dinner, but she'll be watching a video of like this woman applying her makeup while she describes true crime stories. And I'll walk in and she'll be like doing her eyebrows and being like, and then the father raped and killed his own daughter, and I'm just like, holy fucking hell, what's going on in here? Yeah. And she's like, I'm just making tea. Like,
yeah, I don't have it with tea because I was like whatever, and it was the line doing it, like walk in the kitchen, like happily making like a pasta or something here. Her body was raped and her head was cut off, and I'm like, how are you doing these two things at once? Like, how are you making a lovely romantic dinner while listening to this absolute insanity? And like, it's always a really nice cheery voice. I'm like, this is fucking insane. Like, this is insane. But like, I know it's personal taste. I know it's a risky sea binner, but I feel, I suppose, the way I try and sell it is, if it was in the sea bins, then it doesn't exist yet. Surely it's better for people not to be watching this mental shit all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it doesn't affect me watching like extremely violent things when I know it's fake. People who are watching that, it's like, well, it's alright. It's not negatively affecting me. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what other people's reasons for watching it. It just seems like an insane pastime to me, which it seems to be getting bigger and more popular. And then I'm like, I haven't got fucking Ariel at the house anymore, so like sit down and go put Netflix on. What's new on here? Oh, this is fucking mental. This looks mental. This looks mental. These all contain the word murder, and these are all real people that have died. I cannot watch any of this. This is insane. Like, give me really violent things that didn't really happen. Like,
well, let's frame it like this. Because, like we said, we both watch it and we've both, enjoyed it. But what we both struggle with is the exploitation of like real victims.
That is and I feel that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
And the reality of like the consequences of the actions of like the consequences of the deaths and all that stuff, and the people that are left behind having to sort of deal with this constant documentation of their trauma.
Yeah, like I feel that. Like, they release loads of shit. If it's someone whose daughter got killed in the 80s, they probably know quite a lot of the case. And these fucking shows are like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this is what they missed, this is what they missed. Walking up the shop one day and someone's like, it's horrible what happened to your daughter, and they did this and they did this. Probably, some people might want to talk about it until the day they die, because of the injustice and all the things that have happened. So you'd be like, you spent 20 years getting over this, and now this show has just dredged all this mental shit up, and everyone's seen my daughter dead wrapped in a rug in a field somewhere. Like, what the like, unless they've got the permission, the explicit permission of all them people, and like I said, it's exploitation going, well, whatever you want, are you happy for us to do it because it raises awareness? If you want money, we'll give you money. But it seems to me, from what I've read, that ain't happening, is it? They're just making it and going, public domain shit, what are you going to do about it with absolutely no consequences, and don't give a fuck who they're affecting, really. Which just seems a bit mental to me that is allowed. Like, how is that allowed? It's fucking insane. Yeah. Like.
You know what? I'm debating it in my brain, but I've just had a little flash of something in my head that I think has tilted me in one direction, and not the pop band.
I was going to say, it better not be the band One Direction.
Yeah, one thing I always get a bee in my bonnet of is that I've watched dozens of documentaries about Jack the Ripper, right?
Yeah.
Series, they're all the same. They all have the same thing. They detail the story and they say, and then we don't know who it is. It's always the same story.
Yeah.
But in the Jack the Ripper case, they always show actual pictures, photographs of the bodies, right?
Yeah.
Of these victims. And I think they do that because, one, it's so long ago that they don't really even see them as real people anymore, and also because they were sex workers, they don't really see them as having the dignity of, like, maybe not having their autopsy pictures shown on a documentary. And that's always bugged me, because I feel like they could tell the same story without constantly showing the same pictures of these, like, defiled corpses. And I think that has swayed me in the direction that I think, if we phrase it as like the exploitation of victims and their families in true crime TV, I think that can go in the sea bin.
I love that.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm fully accepting your reasoning there, and I'll go exactly what you said, just so we can go in there. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
hey,
I like that.
4 for 4. You got your Kit Kat.
4 for 4. Yeah. But they say it like I've got morals, but I can change them if you need me to. Yeah, I can change that, no problem. Yeah, no problem. I'll accept that. And I'll go at the end of it and go, guess what Simon threw in the sea bin? Tia will be livid. Great.
Yeah, I'll get a message in a minute. Tia want to come back on again.
Yeah, I want to throw Jim in the sea bin. Yeah, that.
Well, let them know they're welcome to come back on again.
I'll tell them that. Yeah, they'd be buzzing about that. Yeah, I'm happy about that. Yeah, it's the exploitation thing, and it just seems mental to me. It seems fucking mental. That. God, I didn't. I should have did the YouTube one and the charging cable. I feel like I just went heavy on that half hour of heaviness there. Fuck me.
Well,
meant to be entertainment or a show in it. What have I done here, like?
This is the reality, man.
This is the reality.
People see you on stage talking about this and that, but they don't realise that deep down you're an empath.
I'm a wokey. Yeah, I'm woke.
You're a wokey dokey.
I'm a wokey dokey. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather be woke than a fucking dickhead bloke.
Yeah. You're fucking right. That'd be a good t-shirt. Yeah, absolute scum, innit? The pits. We're living in the pits of society now, aren't we?
The pits.
Yeah, that's why I've gone so negative. Just like the living in this world, for every mental thing you see that happens every day. Like, I can't believe that's happened. I can't believe that. Oh, I can't believe that's happened now as well. See, that's the day the Kanye West Nazi hoodie thing. What the fuck? What's happened?
It's a constant state of waking up and being like, well, at least I can't get anywhere. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, every single day. I know I've had to delete. I had like the Guardian newspaper app or something on my phone, and I do read the articles. Like, everybody's just getting them notifications going. The boat people, look what the boat people have done. It's like, you don't know what the boat people have done, because one, they're not called the boat people, they're called refugees, and two, you don't know because you didn't open that clickbait thing that Daily Mail sent you. You read that title, which is what they knew you did, and all the content in that article is going to be lies. But I keep doing it. Like, it'll go, the Guardian, it'll go Donald Trump, and I'll read it and go, fuck me, man, and I'll just put it down. Donald Trump, fuck me, man. Donald Trump bans transgender sports, fuck me, man. And every time you look at it, it's gone even more mental. It's got Elon Musk has said about, oh my god, Kanye West has, oh my fucking god. And then you go on Facebook, and like your Facebook is now just full of these groups, and it's like, oh, we know you like video games. Here's a video game group. Oh, it's just loads and loads of people making mental transphobic jokes. And you click on their profile, and they're 12 years old. It's like, what has happened? How are you so angry about transgender people that you've never met or had anything to do with because you're 12 years old and have never left your house? What are you on about? Like, what? How is everyone accept us now? Scum, like. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, sorry, I've gone.
And the thing is, it's probably only going to get worse. Yeah, and on that note,
it can only get worse.
Let's call it a bloody day.
Okay, thanks, Simon.
Thanks, babe.
That was so much fun.
Yeah. What's going on with Pizzatramp at the minute? Anything you want to let people know? Got gigs coming up? What's the deal?
Yeah. Well, I think we're just gonna. Yeah, I think we're off for 2 weeks. Then just gigs every weekend. Have a look on a social media site that I've just slagged off near you. I don't know, Brighton next. Yeah, I think we're just playing everywhere for the rest of the year after saying that we're breaking up, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, just standard Pizzatramp behaviour, just somewhere every weekend.
I'm sure I'll see you along the road.
I'm sure.
And if you need a bass player, just let me know.
Oh yeah, we'll have to get another one in with you before it ends.
I was talking to Danny actually. I was like, I'll make you guys play Plymouth just so I can fucking play.
Yeah, he's told me. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. All the new songs are the same chords anyway. You probably know them already without even knowing.
Easy peasy, mate. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Just throw me in, doctor. I can do it. But, well, it's lovely to talk to you, mate. I love you to bits, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, love you too. Thank you very much, brother.
Cheers. And I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Hey guys, it's me, Big Tasty. I just wanted to say cheers for listening to this week's episode, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, if you feel so inclined, you should come check out my Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as £1 a month, and you get weekly exclusive video tier lists and monthly mail-outs with things such as stickers and fabric patches, zines and art prints. Hey, and if you can't spare the money right now, I totally understand. No pressure. I'm going to keep making episodes regardless, but if you can support financially, it really helps the show. Just keep moving on. And then another way you can help is just to follow us on stuff like Twitter and Instagram at Seaburn Podcast and share it around to people that you think might like this filthy shit. Anyway, Love you guys. Appreciate you. And I'll see you next week.